Cortex is the productivity stack. This is the stack you want to take for total mental energy, total mental dominance, total motivation, verbal fluency, focus, and the drive to get work done. Get the Cortex Nootropics stack at livecortex.com. Feel what it feels like to fire on all cylinders.
What's up, everybody? I am your Nootropics information wizard, Michael Bolton. Really, I'm not Michael Bolton. For someone watching, never seen Michael Bolton, is that really Michael Bolton? Is that the 80s singer? No. I'm Ryan Michael Ballo, but my middle name's Michael, which is kind of close. And in this video, we're going to talk about creativity and Aniracetam, and this is like a super cool topic to me because it actually works for me. I actually do have improved capacity to put ideas together that are disparate in my head that I just wouldn't otherwise put together while taking Aniracetam. I'm going to talk about perhaps a mechanism for that, but I really just kind of sort of want to talk about that happening, maybe influence some other people that don't take Aniracetam to try Aniracetam, or people that are looking for validation on this or are curious about the topic to hear some good stuff about it. But let's do a minute of product pro. This is not the 30th of November, and I'm saying that because until the 30th of November, everything on the Cortex Labs website is $14 off. That's Cortex, our powerful pre-made stack. If you want a stack that turns on brain performance, turns on brain function, really gets you in the mode to get work done. I mean, that's what we designed it for, folks that want to get work done. Get the Cortex stack. livecortex.com is the Cortex Labs website. Add Cortex to your cart. Use the coupon code 1414. Takes $14 off. Same is true with all of our digital guides. These are all basically digital stack lists that teach you how to use nootropics, and they give you many stacks to try. I mean, endless amounts of very high quality stacks. Just to give an idea of one of the stacks, I'm going to give you just a stack that fits the methodology and the framework that I use to put together stacks, which has taken me about 9 years to figure out. 10 milligrams Noopept, 150 milligrams alpha GPC, 70 milligrams triacetyluridine, 70 milligrams theacrine, 100 milligrams L-theanine, 10 milligrams vinpocetine. Okay, a stack like that will turn on basically everything: verbal fluency, mental energy, speed of processing, motivation to do work, just the drive to want to get stuff done, all around cognitive processing, memory. And we've got stacks like that in all of these digital guides: Noopept Pro Stack, Aniracetam Guide, and Smada Beta Faster. Anyway, coupon code 14 saves you $14 off of all of that stuff. And if you think we went a little too far on the product pro today in terms of quantity, I gave you a freaking stack. Take it, use it, and go do some math. All right, so Aniracetam is this AMPA receptor and cholinergic functionality modulating nootropic compound. It's a pretty well-studied racetam. Dose range is, 200 to 1,000 milligrams. So most folks are going to find a sweet spot between 500 and 700 milligrams. It can be microdosed in 200 milligram increments every 2 to 3 hours. One of my favorite strategies is to do exactly that. That's in Smarter, Better, Faster. It's called the ANR microdosing protocol. But it is, so it's interesting, right? Typically folks take it with a choline source if their brain needs a little extra acetylcholine because it puts that neurotransmitter into use. It does so in the hippocampus, which is a memory-centric region of the brain. That's why folks get working memory benefits from it. But it also modulates a glutamate receptor called AMPA, an AMPA receptor. And what it does to that receptor is it essentially it makes the signal strength of glutamate, which is an excitatory sort of high-functioning neurotransmitter, increased so that you sort of get more of a stimulatory response, but it also changes the receptor site. It's called allosteric modulator of AMPA receptors, so that desensitization occurs less. I don't want to say it doesn't occur. Desensitization is essentially tolerance from that receptor, from the neurotransmitter. And so it sort of creates less of a tolerance. So over time you'll have less of a tolerance. Doesn't mean you won't have a tolerance when you take Aniracetam, because anecdotally people end up doing that. But that's pretty interesting, right? And so, what I think is that it's the combination of the two that really allows the brain to it really puts a person with their cognitive state in general. Presence capacity. Their presence capacity, their ability to be present, is a little improved from taking Aniracetam. And that, to me, is at least my theory on why it improves creativity. Because no question, again, like I said at the beginning of the video, when I take Aniracetam, I do have ideas that I wouldn't just wouldn't put together or come together. And I want to be creative. I feel creative. I just like to sit there in that mode of creativity. So it's absolutely working on some sort of neurology that facilitates creativity, and perhaps it has to do with glutamate and that excitatory nature of glutamate and the modulation of the AMPA receptors, and somehow like that putting the brain in a place where it can reach for different ideas. There's a thread in the middle of basically the middle of each hemisphere called the corpus callosum, and the corpus callosum is what allows information to travel from the left to the right hemisphere and the right to the left hemisphere. And if information can travel more quickly, more efficiently, right, the signal strength of information, or the brain is sort of more inclined to be able to communicate with the other half of the brain, then this is really how creativity happens, at least in part. And so perhaps there's some sort of enhancement in the way that the corpus callosum works, and thus information travel between the left and the right hemispheres of the brain. That could be a possible theory on why Aniracetam induces creativity, but it definitely does. For me, the creative benefits really start at 400 milligrams and above. They don't last all that long, a couple hours, but it's predictable every time, essentially every time I take Aniracetam. So I just wanted to share that with you. It's one of my favorite racetams for that reason, and thanks for watching.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching the video. Thanks for being with me. Ryan Michael Balla here. Check it out. These 4 are our powerful nootropic products. So start from the top. You're going to want to hear this. Number 1, the Cortex stack. That is our powerful pre-made stack. This is the stack you want to take if you want to get work done. Let me just be serious with you. I created that stack running a company 18 hours a day to get my brain to have massive verbal fluency, total motivation, right, total overall mental fluidity, lots of mental energy, lots of drive to work. I mean, entrepreneurs need brain performance. We created that stack for people that really, really need brain performance and ain't messing around. The Cortex stack, get it at livecortex.com. You will love that stack. Those digital guides, we'll start from the Racetam guide. That guide is a digital stack list of some of the most highly effective brain state specific Racetam stacks on the planet. I mean, basically you're getting oxiracetam, piracetam, aniracetam, phenylpiracetam, coliracetam, faciracetam, nephiracetam, pramiracetam stacks, very powerful stacks of all those racetams laid out in that guide. The New Pep Pro stack list is a giant list of sublingual, oral, and nasal new pep stack. So we've got just myriads of lists of very specific, very surgical new pep stacks that are highly effective, time tested. I mean, you take one of those stacks, your brain turns on, you will thank me. That thing is digital too. These are all digital, downloaded at livecortex.com. And then lastly, Smarter, Better, Faster is a digital guide that teaches anybody that's within the 1 to 2 year range of taking nootropics, how to take nootropics, how to think about taking nootropics, how to use nootropics surgically to really get optimal brain performance, to totally dominate the realm of nootropics. It gives you very many stacks, my favorite stacks, everything from modafinil, caffeine, theanine protocols to aniracetam, microdosing protocols, to uridine, ALA, Alcar, choline stacks, to basically everything else in between them. If you want the most powerful stacks on the planet, you want my personal stacks and my personal philosophy on taking nootropics, get the Smarter, Better, Faster guide. Get all these guides. Get all of this good nootropic stuff at livecortex.com. We make elite level nootropic products for elite level nootropic players. Are you one of them? Let's find out. livecortex.com. Make it happen. Thanks for being with me.